Governor released her budget recommendations on Tuesday, January 15, 2019. This is a brief video summary of our budget analysis publication, which is created to help the General Assembly evaluate the recommendations for fiscal years 2019 through 2021. The publication can be found on our website. We'll start with the Governor's projected ending balances of the General Fund. This chart presents the historical balances at the close of the fiscal year. The Governor's budget has ending balances of nearly $186 million in fiscal year 2019, $306 million in 2020, and $517 million in 2021. The revised fiscal year 2019 General Fund revenue estimate totals $7.73 billion, an increase of $344.7 million, or 4.7% compared to fiscal year 2018. Surplus carryforward available for 2019 is estimated to be $71 million, for a total of $7.8 billion available. For fiscal year 2020, the Revenue Estimating Conference projects $7.87 billion in total net receipts, an increase of $139.8 million, or 1.8% compared to the fiscal year 2019 estimate. The Governor is recommending revenue adjustments decreasing revenues by $2.3 million to modify the Workforce Housing Tax Credit Program. There is also an estimated $93.3 million in surplus carryforward. Moving on to expenditures, the Governor is recommending supplemental appropriations for fiscal year 2019 totaling $144.5 million for 5 state programs. Most of this funding is for the Medicaid program, which is recommended to receive $141 million. For fiscal year 2020, the budget recommendation has general fund appropriations totaling $7.66 billion. This is an increase of nearly $184 million compared to fiscal year 2019, omitting the Governor's 2019 supplementals. However, due to the one-time 2019 appropriation to the Cash Reserve Fund, this increase is understated by $113 million. After adjusting for this one-time appropriation, the recommended spending increase on state programs and services is approximately $297 million. Let's take a closer look at the 2020 appropriation changes. After the decrease due to the Cash Reserve Fund appropriation, the 2 largest appropriation increases are for school aid and Medicaid. The Governor's school aid recommendation funds the supplemental state aid growth rate at 2.3%. This increases the appropriation by $89.6 million. The recommendation includes a reduction in the AEAs of $15 million in addition to the statutory reduction of $7.5 million. The Governor is recommending an increase of $72.1 million for Medicaid. This is $9 million below the forecasting group's estimated need. The reduction in funding compared to the estimate is due to the Governor using the DHS estimate and adjusted rates for the Managed Care Organizations, or MCOs, as they shift from a fiscal year to a calendar year contract beginning January 2019. The estimate also includes $13.4 million to reimburse nursing facilities for the increased provider assessment, $8.5 million to rebase nursing facilities, and $1.2 million to address the Children's Mental Health HCBS waiver waiting list. The remaining changes to the rest of the general fund budget total $135 million. This table shows the Governor's fiscal year 2020 appropriation recommendations by budget subcommittee, totaling $7.66 billion. The total budget represents an increase of $183.6 million, or 2.5% over estimated 2019. Please note that here we are comparing the Governor's 2020 budget to the 2019 appropriations that were enacted into law, not the 2019 appropriations with the Governor's supplemental recommendations. For other funds, the Governor is recommending $1.17 billion. The recommendation represents an increase of $41.8 million, or 3.7% over estimated 2019. Thank you for your time and interest in the Iowa General Fund budget. I encourage you to refer to our budget recommendation analysis summarized in this video. Please contact any of our staff if you have questions or need more information about the state of Iowa's budget.